Hello, Nasdaq followers, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Bell. I'm your host and SVP here at Nasdaq, Bob McCooey. We're coming to you live from our market site here in Times Square, New York City, where today we welcomed XP Inc. to the Nasdaq family. XP is on a mission to transform the financial markets in Brazil. And joining us, and we're so grateful that he is, taking time out from his busy day, is Bruno Constantino, who is a CFO and partner at XP. Bruno, congratulations to you and all of your teammates at XP, all 300 of you that gathered this morning for what was definitely one of the most boisterous, exciting IPOs that we've ever had here at Nasdaq, and we really appreciate it, and welcome to our family.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bob. We are honored to be here.
Thank you. So for those who are watching, tell us about XP. Tell us about the company, your mission, who you serve, why you and Guilherme and everyone started this company.
Well, actually, it was Guilherme who started the company back in 2001, and with a big dream and a very strong purpose to do the right thing for the clients, and as you said, to transform the financial markets and improve people's lives. XP is about being on the client side. That's why our main KPI is NPS, Net Promoter Score. We measure everything that we do through the satisfaction of our clients. And we have a long way to go in Brazil to help the Brazilians to invest better.
So one of the things that we talk about here at Nasdaq, and what a lot of our companies are doing, is disrupting markets, and certainly that's one of the things that XP has done. So talk about how you came in, you disrupted the market in Brazil, and what you see as the further opportunities for disruption.
Sure. Yeah, Brazil, for those who know Brazil very well, it's the financial market. It's been always highly concentrated in few banks. And it's never...
But it's the 8th largest economy in the world.
It is, but it's still a lot of crisis, consolidation happened, and only few banks controlling more than 90% of the investment assets in Brazil, for example. Anyway, you look around in Brazil, you're going to see the banks controlling from 65 to even 99% of market share in all kinds of segments in the financial industry. Investments, it's one of them. As any highly concentrated market, there are a lot of opportunities because the banks are not totally focused on the clients. And that's what XP it's been doing. It's, as I said, to really focus on the client, do the right thing, and now, more than ever, considering the macro environment in Brazil, Brazilians need to learn better how to invest their money.
Well, let me jump off of exactly that. So I know one of the key things that you've been focused on at XP is financial education in Brazil. And what's the driver behind that? What's the reason why you've been so focused on that? And what's the role that you see for XP in that?
Yeah, well, XP, when Guilherme started the company back in 2001, it started through education. Because since the beginning, what we learned is that through education, you give something to the people, you give knowledge, and then they give back to you as trust, and they become clients, loyal clients, throughout their journey. And as I said, there is a huge gap of financial education in Brazil. Still, more than 80% of the investments from Brazilians are in fixed income and fixed income investments and investments that are not really returning very well for the client, especially in the environment we have today with low interest rates, as I said. So that's our mission, to teach people through education how to invest better their money so they can have a better life, achieve their goals, whatever their goals is. We're thrilled to go to this next phase after the IPO.
And I guess when you have a rising middle class and an economy that's beginning to grow in Brazil, it's a perfect time to be educating these clients and hopefully bringing the majority of those you educate into XP as customers.
Sure it is, Bob. And think like that. The Brazilian macro environment has been always with a very loose fiscal policy and a very tight monetary policy. So Brazilians are used at a high level of interest rates. Now, it has changed. We are in a different situation. It's a low interest rate environment with a very tight fiscal policy. In this environment, people are not going to get the returns they are used to or they were used to in their past. Right. So as I said, more than ever, our mission is there, and we need to help Brazilians to understand better how to invest their money.
So you talked about NPS, Net Promoter Score, which
Yep.
maybe even some of those who are watching don't really fully understand. Can you talk to us more about the customer-centric culture of your company, which I think is very similar to the one we have here at Nasdaq?
Yeah, I mean, to be customer-centric for us is to offer the better service ever at the lowest price possible. And the NPS, it's a measure that we do on a monthly basis that tell us if we're going on the right side, if we're doing the right thing for the client. And as I said, by doing the right thing for the clients, they will return and give it back to us and help us to continue disrupting the financial industry in Brazil.
And so you're really getting feedback from your customers every single month through this NPS?
We do for all the customers. We get from our IFA network, we get directly from our clients, we even measure what we call the eNPS, it's the employment NPS. So we measure the satisfaction of all the stakeholders that we have in our ecosystem so we can make sure we are involving and we are doing the right thing. Of course, I mean, you learn a lot from that process, right? So you got to keep asking people if we are doing the right thing, and you got to listen to them. So we have done things in our history that people told us, no, that's not the right way, and we stepped back. So that's XP, open-minded.
And certainly from seeing the FAs that joined us this morning and the employees, I can tell that there is great engagement and an amazing culture yeah. as well as the energy yeah. that was in that room, and you have it at the company. So you've been involved in the company for a long time,
yeah.
And certainly the markets in Brazil continue to evolve. Tell me the things that you've seen in the industry changes that you've seen in Brazil. And more importantly, how is technology, which is a key tenet of XP, mm-hmm. how has that evolved and changed the markets in Brazil over the past few years?
Yeah, as I said, a very highly concentrated market. Technology, it's accelerating the pace of disruption. So we are organized in more than 50 innovation squads that allow us to really be agile and respond to the client needs almost in real time. That's a big difference. We have more than, our new products are more than 80% cloud-based. It's a modular architecture that allow us to plug and play with different innovations. So I think that technology, it's what will really help us to keep disrupting and accelerating the pace going forward.
So you're listed on Nasdaq today. Welcome to our family. We're so excited to have you here and to be able to support you for the decades to come. What does it mean to you and to the company to be part of the Nasdaq family?
Well, it matters a lot. It's about linking the dots. We were by ourselves fighting against the whole financial system in Brazil for 10 years. And that's a very tough fight because the banks in Brazil, they have credibility, they are solid, they make a lot of money, and they have a lot of cash. And we didn't have support from anyone since the beginning. Back in 2010, we had our first private equity investor. Then in 2012, another one, 2017, the minority financial investment from one of our biggest competitors, Itaú, and now this IPO here with you guys, Nasdaq. We are linking the dots, so the business of investments, it's about trust. It takes time to get there. You got to be tenacious, you got to be long-term focused, not short-term driven, and do the right thing for the client. You're gonna listen to me saying that a lot because it's like a mantra inside the company. So this listing of XP is going to give us a war chest, is going to prepare us to really be connected with the biggest and smartest global investors all over the world that can help us to keep disrupting the financial industry in Brazil and give us even more credibility for our clients so we can fulfill our goal to really democratize the investments in Brazil.
Wonderful. So what excites you about the future, and where do you see the company in 5 to 7 years?
It's hard to say 5 to 7 years. If you had asked me back then what I would where I would see the company, probably not here listening in Nasdaq today. But we do have a big dream. What I can tell you, Bob, is the following. We have a long journey ahead of us. I feel like we are just getting started. And that's really exciting. And a lot of work to do. So we are going to celebrate today. It's a great day. It's a new phase of the company. And tomorrow, back to work. We got a lot to do for the Brazilians. And we are going to keep focused and always side by side with our clients.
Fantastic. So XP, priced at 27, opened at 32.75, up 26% today on their first day, your first day of trading on Nasdaq. Yeah. What an amazing day. Bruno, thank you for taking some time on this busy day to be with us. We're so excited to have XP as part of the Nasdaq family, and we look forward to working with you and your team for years and years to come. Nasdaq followers, XP is now listed under the ticker symbol XP, clearly, on Nasdaq. We're now signing off right here from the market site in Times Square. We couldn't be happier to have had Bruno Constantino, CFO and partner of XP, with us for this edition of Behind the Bell. Thanks, Bruno.
Thank you very much.